Hi everyone. So I was reading Second Chronicles today. Forgive me. I'm eating a coconut acai bowl. I'm hungry. It's late. But anyways, I was reading Second Chronicles today. I started reading the book of Second Chronicles after finishing the First Chronicles. Maybe like 3 weeks ago I finished First Chronicles. And then I stopped, and today I was just like, I need to go on to Second Chronicles. By the way, I am loving First and Second Chronicles because, they're great business plans. Okay, but I will let you read that. But anyways, in Second Chronicles 6:32, it says, as for the foreigner, the alien, the immigrant, the homeless, the people that leave their homes and their countries and come to this country and now they have no home. Okay, so they're homeless, right? Anyways, as for the foreigners who does not belong to your people, Israel, but has come from a distant land because of your great name and your mighty hand and your outstretched arm, when they come and pray towards this temple, then hear from heaven your dwelling place. Do whatever the foreigner asks of you, so that all the peoples of the earth may know your name and fear you, as do your own people Israel, and may know that this house I have built bears your name. So, what is he saying here? This is the NIV version. Let me look for the Message version because I feel like even for me that was a little too much. Okay. Let's read. I'm gonna have to cut this off because I can't remember this. Hold on. Where is it? Forgot what I was reading. Let me go to the NIV. 32. No, go back. Okay, so 32 in the Message Bible. And don't forget the foreigner who is not a member of your people Israel, but has come from a far country because of your reputation. People are going to be attracted here by your great reputation, your wonder working power, and who come to pray to this temple. Listen from your home in heaven, honor the prayers of the foreigner, so that the people all over the world will know who you are and what you're like, and live in reverent obedience before you, just as your own people Israel do. So they'll know that you personally make this temple that I've built what it is. So what's happening here? It's not saying do whatever the foreigner tells you to do, okay? If you got that message, you read it wrong, right? You have to read the previous few verses, and then after that as well, the next chapter. Basically, what God is saying is honor the foreigner as well, because understand, and I'll give you this example. I know he used Israel. I'm going to use the United States since I am from the United States. So a lot of immigrants are coming here right now because they consider the U.S. to be a great nation. I know. Believe me, I understand that there is a lot of people living in the United States that want to get out of here because they feel like this is not a great nation. However, for the people that live in foreign countries, third world countries, whatever country they're coming from, that's not what they're getting. For a very long time, the United States has been known to be a great nation. And so they want to be a part of this great nation. However, how do you teach them to be a part of this great nation? It's not by alienating them. I think the issue is that the more we push these foreigners to the side, the more they're going to be forced to stick to their tradition and their culture. And if their tradition is, I'm just giving you an example, to get drunk every Friday, and you don't want to see them drunk on the side of the road, it is up to us to teach them not to do that. That's not okay here, okay? I know, and I say this because I again, experienced, I've met few people, very few, that have come from other countries. And I'm going to give you this one example, right? I actually got a call this was years ago. This was before I even knew I was going to be doing this. Let me say that first. But I got a call from someone saying, hey, I need help. This friend of mine, he is a man. He came over here from, it was Colombia, and he hit his woman. Okay, somebody saw it and called the police, and the police came and basically arrested him. From that arrest, because there was charges pressed, he got deported back. So they were asking me for help. How can I help him? Number one, the first thing I said was, good for him. I'm glad he got deported. Okay, because no one should tolerate that kind of abuse. But number two, let me tell you why I think it was sad. Because nobody taught him that in this land, in the United States, whether you're a man or a woman, if you hit somebody that you shouldn't be, that is an automatic assault or domestic abuse violence, depending on the situation. And if they press charges, yeah, that's going to be on your record and you're more than likely going to be deported. But nobody taught him that. Okay. So it was a sad situation, and the way that he learned it was the hard way, but it was in our sense, and this is gonna sound mean, it was good because we're taking the bad apples out. So what am I saying? That as a citizen who has been living in the United States my entire life, practically, as I mentioned, I came here when I was 9 months old. I believe that it's our job, citizens, to teach these immigrants the laws of the land, and that's one of them. And I believe that God's going to honor us, because obviously something is attracting for them to come to the United States. It's a great nation. But by alienating immigrants, we're not helping them. We're making it worse. We're not teaching them the laws of the land by sitting here pounding and throwing temper tantrums and saying, they're here to take our jobs. Well, guess what? You didn't want to be in this field 16 hours a day, right? And work for $5 an hour. You didn't want that, right? Because you as a citizen fought really hard to get a minimum wage up to $15. Congratulations, you got it. Okay. So they're not doing jobs that you want to do. They're doing jobs that these companies are taking advantage of them and paying them really little to do. These people are so poor. The majority of them are so poor, and they live in poverty. And they get abused by the system even more because of their lack of knowledge. And so my goal is to try to teach them, one, not to be taken advantage of, but two, not to take advantage of the system either. Okay. Those are my two biggest things. And then the last thing I want to say is teaching them the laws of the land. As I mentioned, in their country, it is common. Okay. I'm not saying this makes it right, nor am I justifying it. Please don't take that. But in their country, it is common for domestic abuse. In the United States, it's not common. Let me rephrase that. It might be common, but it's not tolerated. Okay. And then there's many different forms of domestic abuse. And I do believe that as an immigrant myself, that we have to get these bad apples out, because there's already enough bad apples in America for us to allow these people to come here and give the immigrants a bad name. Okay. So with that being said, I think that we need to teach them, but also remove the ones that don't want to listen, because obviously they're just going to give us a bad name. I believe in grace, but I also believe in consequences for your actions. And so what I was reading was basically that foreigners are coming here because they've heard of this great nation. So there's no point of pushing them to the side. We have to hear their cries. We have to hear their prayers. We have to hear what led them, what was your motive of coming over here in the first place. And as I mentioned in my previous video, if it was to live the American dream, well, what is the American dream to you? And how can I help you attain it? In the legal way, she's being a brat. In the legal way and honorable way, to not take advantage of the system. Okay? So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. And I hope that this teaches you something. All right? Bye.